What's up, MTB Shorts? It is starting right now. Another day, another live stream. How you guys doing? Do we have any people? Robo's Cop. Oh, I remember you from yesterday. How is everybody? We got 6 people. I'm gonna wait a second or two, let people come on in. Tammy, how's it going? Thank you, Vax. So let me get this up on my computer so I can see the comments better. But yeah, welcome everybody. Day 2 of our daily live streams, and today it's gonna be a fun one. As you can see, does anybody know what this is? Is it a giant shrimp? Is it a different crustacean? Let me know. Let me just get this going. But yeah, how are we doing? Let me know how everybody is this morning. What's up, Manface? Jason, MTB, Arian. Yeah, how you guys doing? And also, where are you guys from? It was really cool yesterday to see literally all across the globe. I mean, there were people from Bali, obviously America, Europe, Russia even. But yeah, let me know where you're from. Thank you, Jaden. So where you're from and if you've ever had this food before. Can anybody tell me what it is as well? Denmark, oh cool. Denmark, France, Germany, Nepal, wow. So it's 11 o'clock here, 11 a.m. We're basically just cooking lunch. So Europe would be what, 6 hours ahead, Netherlands, nice, India, Philippines, wow. South Africa, crazy. Yep, you got that, Robo's Cop. Indonesia, India. Literally everywhere. Isaac, East Coast gang, exactly. Yeah, let's just jump right into it. What do you guys think? UK, India, oh, it's so crazy to see all these places. It's really cool. I hope everybody's having a great day. Let's cook some lobsters and let's talk about them real quick. So as you guys can see, this is a lobster tail. Comes from obviously a full lobster. Typically when you buy lobsters, at least around this area, they're live, they come live. But sometimes you'll find them frozen. In this case, they're fresh and they're just the tails. So these are them. There's probably like I'd say a 1.5 pound lobster. You got your braces yesterday. Ice Cum Gaming. Interesting. I wish you luck with those. So guys, yeah, we have some fresh lobster tails, as you can see. If it was a whole live lobster, I'd probably boil it or steam it. That's generally my favorite way. But if they come like this, there's a different technique that I like to use, and I'm going to show you guys how I do it. Bangladesh. A lot of people from Bangladesh and India, Israel. Cool. Holland. Guys, I'm actually half Dutch, so my mom's side is from Holland. So half Dutch, half American. I guess everybody's a descendant from Europe in my family, but direct descendant from Holland, and the previous generation was from Boston. So yeah, little side note about me, Ohio, Canada. Okay, so let's get started. As I mentioned, if they were whole, I'd steam them, but since they're not, what I actually want to do is expose some of the flesh so that we can, one, season it and also get a sear on it. So one way to do that, or pretty much the only way to do that, is to split it down the middle. So that's what we're going to do. Nigeria, wow. Who's hungry, by the way? I know like the time zones are all different. It's probably for West Coast people, it's pretty early, so maybe not time for lobster, but here, it's almost lunchtime, and what better way to have lunch than have some lobster tails, am I right? 4 p.m., you're from Mars, interesting. I'm actually gonna get the cast iron preheated, just so that it's hot by the time we're done with this, so 1 second. And I mentioned this yesterday, but anytime you're cooking with a cast, actually I'm gonna use the Hexclad, right? I'll just use the cast iron. So anytime I'm cooking with cast iron, I like to preheat it. It's really thick. The bottom's super, it's just a really dense iron, metal. So I like to preheat it for quite a bit. Dinner time here. Okay. Lobster's great for dinner, 5 p.m. Maybe you should pour yourself a drink. Okay. Dude, you can cook a whole meal by the time your cast iron heats up. Maybe. But we're gonna prep our meal in the meantime. So this is how I like to do it. I've done this a couple times, so this is not something that I do too frequently, but we're gonna kind of figure this out. And again, if you're just joining, we are cooking up some lobster tails, and let's do it. So we're gonna split them down the middle. And what I've realized in the past when I try to do this is if you don't really come down really hard on it, then it kind of just crushes the shell as opposed to slicing through it. So let's see if we can do it well. Can you guys see? Come down a little bit. Come down just a little bit. Barbados, dang. Friendly reminder to check the new comments every minute. Okay, I got you. I'll try to do it every minute as we slice up these lobsters. So I'm going right down the center. We'll do it like this. And I'm gonna use my other, and this is a really sharp knife. It's actually a new one. Gordon Ramsay sent me this knife yesterday. Maybe not Gordon Ramsay himself, but I think it's his company. He sent like a cookbook as well, but I'm calling it from Gordon Ramsay. Anyway, so I'm just gonna press down with my other hand so it goes right through, like so. So there we go. We did crush it a little bit, but it pretty much just went right through. And as you can see, we exposed that beautiful flesh. And again, this is gonna allow us to season it, and also when we cook it, to develop a sear on there. So very different than if you're gonna steam it or if you're gonna boil it. Don't forget to like the video, guys. Yeah, I don't know what liking the video does, but like the video. Thank you. And guys, thanks for joining. We are on day 2 of our live streams. The whole purpose of these live streams is 1, to get to talk to you guys, but 2, we're gonna choose unique ingredients. In this case, lobster tail. Yesterday it was duck liver. We might do caviar tomorrow, we'll see. But we're gonna get some unique ingredients, things that I'm not as comfortable cooking, and we're gonna kind of just explore them together. Cook them, taste them, learn about them. So yeah, let's continue. And if you have questions, feel free to drop them in. My sister's gonna be watching, and she is watching right now, and it's going to hopefully let me know if there's any consistent questions that we're getting, and I'm also going to be watching the chat as much as possible.
Do you eat the tamale from the lobster?
Do I eat the tamale from the lobster? I do. So the tamale, guys, if you ever steamed a whole lobster, there's like that green stuff on the inside. It looks like the guts. I'll be honest, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's called the tamale. It's very high in cholesterol. That's what everybody says, but it tastes delicious. So I try to eat not too much of it, but it's pretty good. Hello, sister 2. Yes, guys, we'll do a quick sister reveal in 3, 2, 1. There she is.
Hello.
She'll come up and try the lobster at the end, assuming we don't burn the house down or anything. Okay, so now I'm just gonna keep doing this. So, right down the middle. You might want to use a knife that you don't care about as much, because you're literally just chopping directly through, lobster tails. And it's not good for the knife. Where were you in China? So I was in, nice lamps, thank you. I was in Shanghai. Shanghai is a huge city. There's literally like 30 million people that live there. And for reference, New York City is at like 7 million. So New York City is a massive city, obviously. And this is like 5 times bigger. And it's a very international city as well. I think a lot of people assume that, parts of China can be more up and coming, third world type situation, but Beijing, Shanghai, Shenzhen, a lot of the big cities there are extremely well developed. So technologically, like the subway system, everything was just really nice. So we are down to, we'll probably stop at this. I don't think me and my sister need to eat like 5 lobster tails each. So I'm gonna leave this one for another day. Maybe I'll give this to a neighbor. Any neighbors watching, let me know if you want this. I don't know if Billy's on here, but I know that you're sick, so I hope you feel better. Smoke the lobster with Applewood. Hashtag Applewood gang. Leslie, oh, you're back from yesterday. I like where your head's at. I do like smoking lobster. I don't do it too often, but yeah. Do I speak Chinese? I do speak Chinese. At this point, though, it's definitely pretty rusty, I would say, because it's been a while since I've been there. Maybe I'll speak Chinese in a video soon. I've been planning on doing that. I just haven't really gotten around to it. Okay, let's get our lobster seasoned. So we have our lobster tails. We've exposed more surface areas so we can season it. I was trying to figure out what to season it with. Really, you want to go simple in general. But I found this. This is a jalapeno lime pilsner rub. It's like a beer-infused rub. Yeah, beer-infused. It's from Derek Wolf. His Instagram is Cooking Over Fire, I believe. So yeah, I figured this just sounds good. Brent, low and slow. Yeah, we're actually gonna cook this hot and fast, but don't tell anybody because we are not cooking this on the grill right now. Can you make lobster roll next stream? Ooh, that's a great idea. Eat it raw. Do you have any lobster buying tips? Okay, there's a guy, oh man, I'm forgetting his name. In general, smaller lobsters are gonna be sweeter, is what they say. But Sophia, do you mind Googling if it should be like a darker colored lobster shell or lighter? There's some distinction there about which one's sweeter. I'll get back to you on that in a second. Okay, lobster mac and cheese, that's a great idea. Okay guys, what's up Abdul? Okay, let's season our lobster. Again, I'm using this beer rub. Usually you want to keep it quite simple, but I'm feeling a little crazy today. Not gonna go too heavy, and I'm only really seasoning the exposed side. It smells amazing. It's literally, I think it's dehydrated beer on these lobsters. I mean, in this seasoning. Will I collab with Mr. Beast? I would love to collab with Mr. Beast. I've DM'd him a couple times. Shockingly, no response. So if anybody knows Mr. Beast and wants to connect me. But no, his content's crazy. It's awesome. India, nice. Roasted tomatoes with lobster. That sounds amazing. So yeah, we're actually assembling a full dish here, and we're gonna try to do it in like under a half an hour. But we're starting with the lobster, fully seasoned, looking good. And at this point, our cast iron should be pretty much good to go. Thank you, DCOM. All right, let's, dry aged lobster. That's a crazy idea. Will it taste good? Probably not. The thing about lobster is it's so high in moisture, it's pretty much all water. So if you think about it just drying out for like 30 days, my assumption is it's gonna turn into nothing, basically like lobster jerky. Actually, Guga made dry aged lobster. But yeah. Why is Max live, Gamer Boy? Because we're cooking lobster tails, and we're about to get them on the cast iron. So the cast iron's been heating up pretty hot. Ooh, that is very hot. So the handle is connected to the pan, which makes the handle hot as well, and that's science. What type of, so when we cook this, my thought process is we want to quickly sear this side to get some color. And then after that, kind of bring down the heat a little bit and just finish cooking it with some butter. So it's pretty hot right now, like very hot, I would say. I'm not sure exactly how hot. Sophie, do we have that gun thing? You know where it might be? I'm gonna see if we can figure out exactly how hot it is because I find it interesting. What type of seafood do I like more? Lobster's probably my favorite. Can you try the dry aged crab? Oh, now we're just getting crazy with these ideas. Max, can I be your daddy? I don't know about that one. Max, what do you do for a living? This is pretty much it. Have I watched a cook named Matt? Yeah, he has some really great content. In fact, I believe he's a part owner of this company, right? Spiceology. Guys, so check this little cool little nifty device out that we have. This is essentially a little gun that allows us to determine how hot the pan is. So I'll let you guys do a POV here. But it's a gun, so you can see there's a little red dot. See that? Oh, that's crazy. I hope that's not hurting your eyes. But here, we point the gun at the pan, and what is it saying? I can't read it. What does it say? Do you see it, Sophia?
438.
438. Okay, so in general, I think of 500 degrees. Oh, James, thank you. Hey, I really appreciate that, James, and thank you for the support. Yeah, thank you. So, guys, right here we have this little gun, and what it does is it tells us how hot the pan is. So, when I think about how hot the pan should be, right around 500 degrees is kind of that range. If you think about the smoke point of oils, a lot of them come close to 500. I really like avocado oil because the smoke point is, I believe it's close to 600. It might be like 550 or something. So anything, if this is over 550, this is gonna start to smoke like crazy. Not a huge bad thing, it happens all the time. But you really don't wanna have it be much hotter than the smoke point of whatever oil you're using. It's down to 500 right now. Oh, no, sorry, 400. Getting it a little bit hotter. And yeah. Can you do Indian dishes more? I'd love to do more Indian dishes, but it's just so out of my wheelhouse. Like there's so many really unique spices and techniques that I just haven't had experience with it. So if you have any ideas, definitely let me know. What's up? I know this game. Cook it in motor oil. That sounds delicious. Korean food's one of my favorites, honestly. Am I gonna go to SawCon this year? I don't even know what that is. Max, what was it? Can I see your cooking setup? Yeah, guys, I'll do it. While this is finishing the preheat, I'll give you a quick kitchen tour. So guys, the dry ager. Everybody needs a dry ager in their house, clearly. It's about 7 feet tall. I kind of use it as my second fridge at this point. We have a Wagyu shank. It's been dry aging for like a year. We got some lettuce for some reason, and we have the rest of this dry age project that I'll cut into maybe tomorrow. We have a pork belly, and for whatever reason, we're dry aging this massive thing of, what is it, salami? Bologna, yeah. This is where I usually cook. Very basic stove. I don't typically cook where I'm doing it over there. We have our oven. One of these days I'll show you guys the outdoor setup with all the grills and stuff. And then this is basically my filming area. So whether it's cutting or cooking, that sort of thing. Can you go on a fishing trip sometime? Yeah, that's a great idea. I did a live stream once when I was bass fishing, and I actually caught like a couple fish. There wasn't that many people on it, but I was like shocked that I actually caught a bass while I was on a live stream. Guys, let's donate olive oil. Now there's a great idea. Okay, thank you. Okay. You're just a kid. I love your videos. Thank you. Okay, guys, I think we just do it. I've been talking, I've been rambling. We're gonna add some of this avocado oil. As you can see, it's starting to smoke a little bit, which tells me that the smoke point has been reached. Yeah, so it's at 540, which is right around the smoke point, I believe, of this type of oil. So that's good. It means it's quite hot. It's not like 600 degrees, so it's not gonna go wicked crazy. But it is smoky. All right, let's add these lobsters and see what happens. You guys ready? CB, you got a shout out. Okay, adding the lobster in. You see it's making a nice sizzle sound. We know it's hot.
James donated to $2 and asked where did you get the dry ager?
Oh, James, thank you. Where did I get the dry ager? So this is from a company called Dry Ager. Great name for a product that sells dry agers. And I actually have a discount code to them in my bio if you want to learn more about it. Other great products when it comes to first-time dry aging is the Umai dry bags. Move over here so you guys can hear better. But the Umai dry bags are great because they're super cheap. I think it's like $20 per bag, and it allows you to dry age in your regular fridge. But if you do want to make a big upgrade, the dry ager is great as well. It's just a little bit more pricey. When's my birthday? It's in September. Libra said, best vegan channel. Thank you. Thank you so much. That means a lot to hear. Okay, so We're trying to get a little bit of color. As you guys can see, we have our lobster tails in. Kind of a cool shape going on. So I also have some butter, parsley, and we're going to cut a lemon. Really simple in terms of the ingredients that we're using here. And it smells beautiful. Deep fry a whole turkey. I got to do that.
You said deep fry a lemon.
Okay, so guys, look, we've already developed, because our pan was so hot, we've already developed a really nice crust. So I'm actually gonna flip these already. And we're gonna sort of finish cooking on this side. But of course we're gonna add, now I'll let this cook a little more on that side. We're gonna add a couple things to just spice it up, or to bump up the flavor. What do you say, Sophia?
Someone said deep fry a whole lemon.
Deep fry a whole lemon. I feel like there's a chance that would explode or something crazy would happen. So we have 420 people on the stream. Nice. Deep fry mud. That sounds awesome. Medium or rare? I think it depends on the cut. In general, I'd go for medium rare though. All right. We're flipping our lobsters now. We got some nice color. Okay. There we go. Next, we're gonna add some butter. Lobster and butter are meant to be together. So, at this point, my pan's cooled off a little bit. Pretty much turning it down. We're adding a bunch of butter because we like to be healthy on this channel. So yeah, butter has a way lower smoke point than avocado oil, so it's nice that our pan's cooled off a little bit through the cooking process. Deep fry air. Man, I like where your head's at. We got some, it's a smart idea. More butter. I added probably half a stick of butter, guys. It's a pretty decent amount. Letting that kind of cook down. We're gonna add some lemon now. We could add white wine. We could add shallots. I was gonna add. I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic powder. I was gonna add fresh garlic, but I didn't. So we're gonna add a little bit of garlic powder. Really, you can go crazy with whatever seasonings you want. Did I mention white wine? That's another good one. Add a little bit more of the lemon, and we're pretty much just gonna baste it actually. The smell is unbelievable. So we got our buttery, lemony situation. And now it's more of a gentle cooking process. Right, we've gotten our sear. And by adding the butter on top, we're cooking it from the bottom, right, because it's on the pan. But by adding hot butter on top, we're slowly letting it come up to its final temperature while hitting it with all those nice flavors. So we're gonna let that keep cooking for a bit. Give her screen time. Sophia will be up in a second. Looks beautiful. Thank you. Oh, make it wider on my side. Okay, let me move this over. Cheesy lobster. Ooh, that would be really good. We're going a little bit more simple today with our lobster preparation. Is this even on? Guys, we gotta, one of these days I'm gonna get a new burner out. It's on. What's up, Carla? Max, I'm the one that DM'd you on Instagram. Kiva, thank you. Thanks for being here. All right, we're just gonna do a little more basting. It's probably getting relatively close to being done, but the heat really dropped off, I can tell, because it's not really bubbling. But that's not a problem. I'd actually rather a gentle finish to this cook. Right, we have our sear, so we're good on that. But the more gently it comes up to temperature, the more tender it should be. So let that continue cooking. Just because I'm interested, we're gonna check the internal temperature of our lobster. Not necessary, but oh, we're right around 120. I think it's done. That's good enough for me. Guys, we're done. Let me finish it with some parsley, a decent amount. And we're just gonna kind of mix everything together. Whew, hot. All right, we're just gonna use tongs. Yeah, so we're right around 120 internal. So anything for fish or seafood, 110 through 130 is sort of the ballpark. Depends on what you're cooking. But if these come out at around 130, I think I'd be pretty happy. Covered in that butter, lemon. It smells great. Okay, so we're taking these off. Where should I put them? Get a little plate. Let's see. I hope my boyfriend makes food like you. Yeah, I highly suggest getting him to. And here's the thing about this. Like, a lot of people say, oh, I can't afford lobster, it's so expensive. But let's think about what a typical date night is gonna look like. Even if it's at like Applebee's or Olive Garden, right? Like, you gotta buy the appetizers, you gotta buy the entree. There's tip, there's tax, there's cocktails. You're spending minimum, what, 75 bucks on a date? Bare minimum, if it's not a great date. Right? Actually, I'm gonna pour this stuff over it. Oh yeah. Just get a little close-up of this. Oh, we got a lobster down. So these lobsters are looking great. But we're gonna pour that butter on there. Oh yeah. But yeah, people always say, lobster's too expensive, I can't afford it. And I get that. But at the same time, if you're going out, taking your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, whatever it is, on a date on a Friday night, you're gonna spend 75 bucks easy. These lobsters, it was $40 for 5 of them. So pretty expensive for the lobster tails. It was $8 per lobster tail. But I'm gonna quickly show you some other things to whip together, and you can make a really epic meal for like literally under 50 bucks, including a bottle of wine or some drinks, even cheaper if you don't drink. And I'm telling you, it'll be 10 times better than an Olive Garden date. Like, if you cook them something like this, they're gonna tell their friends, things are gonna be good for you. Okay, so the lobster is just about done, or it is done. We ever try to make Danish dish? Ooh, that's a great idea. So, guys, it's looking good from Libya. Wow, God, it really blows my mind where everybody's from. It's so cool to see. So, the lobster's looking great. We're gonna quickly throw together a side dish. Now, this was my first time making the side dish yesterday, so it's a very new recipe to me, but it's actually really good. I didn't really follow a recipe, and the surprising star of the show are parsnips. Anybody eat parsnips? I generally do not love parsnips, but these came out amazing. I'm gonna quickly show you how I did it. So we literally just fill up, so I boiled these parsnips, right? Nothing special at all. They're kind of cold now, but they're still a little bit warm. We have boiled parsnips. So, you know, sometimes you see like really fancy Instagram accounts or like fine dining restaurants, they always have those little sauces on the side. It's sort of like mashed potatoes, but it just looks more fancy. Like, they kind of do the spoon thing, or it comes out of a bottle. I was like, why can't I do something like that, right? And I figured, let's start with parsnips and see if we can make a little, what would this be called? Puree? A little parsnip puree. And we did it yesterday, and it was actually amazing. What is your basting technique? So generally, I like to add about a half a stick of butter. So first we sear really hot, then add a half a stick of butter. It sounds like a lot, but you're not eating all the butter. Turn down heat a little bit, and then just baste away. Add some butter, rosemary, stuff like that. So, okay, parsnips. We're gonna add a little bit of butter, melted butter, okay? We're gonna add some of our beer seasoning. So anytime I'm making a side dish, I like to incorporate the same seasoning as the main dish, just to kind of cohesively bring the whole meal together. And then, oh, yogurt. Weird ingredient for this, but it came out great. It made it really nice and creamy. I think, I was looking at other recipes and they called for like, what was it? Sour cream maybe, different things, but we have here just some plain yogurt, literally not even vanilla. Now I hope this actually works out as well as it did yesterday because I did cook these parsnips longer. So a little bit of this yogurt just for some more creaminess. And I'm telling you, I mean, so these parsnips cost like $2, right? Pretty much nothing. So we're talking about putting the whole meal together, right? This is, if this comes out good, then yeah, I just think it's worth doing if you're cooking something like a lobster. I don't really know what I'm saying, but let's get this going here.
Pain XXX gave $2.
Oh, who is it? Pain XXX. Interesting name, but thank you for the support. Okay, guys, let's give this thing a little blend. Is it plugged in? Ready? Sometimes it takes a little bit to get going. Oh yeah. A little bit of shaking. Puerto Rican food. Ooh, that sounds awesome. Okay, it's coming together. Give it a little mix. It's the 20th right now for me. Nice. All right, that's pretty much it. Look how simple that was. Now we have this parsnip puree, which is hopefully going to make this dish look extra fancy. It was literally like 5 ingredients. So for the lobster, we kept it simple. Only a couple ingredients. For this puree, also kept it very simple. I have some asparagus that we steamed yesterday, or no, earlier today, just to add to the dish. And let's see if we can plate this really nicely. I'm gonna wash this off real quick. Any other questions, Sophia, that are coming up? What? Huh? Okay, let's see if I can get another question. So we're gonna plate this. Do you use So all right. Someone's saying there's bots going on. Sophia, is there a way to?
Yeah, I'm deleting.
All right. We got Sophia, the head moderator. Guys, let's plate this bad boy. Clell, is it Clell? Little lemon added to the puree. Oh, dude, you're right. I forgot to add the lemon to the puree. Hey, because you sent that, I'm gonna add the lemon and we're gonna quickly. Great call. Great call. Guys, we're adding some lemon because Clell has got my back. I could probably just mix that in, but we're just gonna blend it real quick just because we can. I can't wait to show you guys the texture of this. I was shocked by how easy it was to make when I did it. Okay, here we go. We good. So now let's plate our dish. How are we doing on time? So it's been 33 minutes and we're pretty much done with our dish, which is good. I'm happy. So, can we be fancy and do the thing with the spoon? That's the question. Guys, look at this. It's literally, so it's almost like mashed potatoes, but it's creamier, it's fluffier, and my sister and I both agree it tastes 10 times better.
It's so good. It's seriously so good.
It's like night and day. Granted, it's completely different than mashed potatoes, but this just has far more of a fancy feeling to it. Okay. Clell is the GOAT. I agree. He really had our back on this. Okay. Can you guys see the plate? We're gonna add a little bit of this down. You guys, let me know if there's a better technique for this, but I'm just doing what I've seen the people do. Okay, we're gonna give it a little one of these guys. I don't know, that looks pretty good. What are we thinking here?
It's nice.
Is that 3-star Michelin? Maybe not, but I think it's pretty good. Okay. How are we gonna edit? You're right. Okay, let's add some steamed. We just steam these, a little olive oil, salt, and pepper. Some of our asparagus. So yesterday we made duck breast and kind of a similar preparation. Now we're gonna add some of our lobster tails. I'll try to find the nice ones. There's one. Need a better one. There's 2. That looks pretty good. Pretty good indeed. We need a little bit of lemon. Cut some lemon. Guys, what are we thinking here? Little slice of lemon. Maybe a little bit more of this parsley. Guys, what do you think? I'm liking it. The black plate really makes it pop, which I like. It's looking pretty fancy. I'm gonna be honest, for a little, what is it, Wednesday morning lunch? But yeah, like the point I was making before is this dish probably cost a total of $11. If you include like wine or an appetizer, maybe 15. When it comes to dessert, I stay very far away from making desserts. I feel like you want the meal always to end on a high note, a guaranteed high note. So like Cheesecake Factory, if you're on a date, just buy a slice of cake or something like that, so it's guaranteed to come out good. But yeah, total cost, my point is that you really don't need to spend too much, and you can make something really, really nice for somebody that you care about. As opposed to just like assuming, oh, it's lobster tail, it's gonna be way too expensive. It is expensive, more expensive, but when it comes to eating out, it's just relative.
One has to go, fish or beef.
One has to go, fish or beef. It's gotta be fish, unfortunately. Someone's saying, can I cook Wagyu beef tomorrow? That's a good idea. Yeah, if you're just sort of joining, I'm doing lives every day, hopefully for about a week, if not a lot more. If you guys like them, I'm gonna continue doing them because I really have, it kind of just starts my day off on the right foot. It's like we're in the zone of cooking, do some filming after, and I get to talk to people, which is really awesome because it's just so hard to connect when like I post a short video, wait 2 or 3 days, try to answer some comments, and it's just difficult to feel connected to the community here. So I've been really enjoying this. Eat the lobster, yum yum. Expect a new burner soon to my P.O. box. James, you do not have to do that. No, seriously, man. That right here, I'll take those $5 and go buy a new one, I promise. I think you already sent it twice, so I do really appreciate it. And I'm going to take that money and go buy one, all right? How's that sound? I needed a little kick in the butt to actually go do it, and this is it. So I really appreciate that, James. Chicken or beef? Gotta be beef, but if it's gonna be chicken, it's gotta be dark meat. Okay, yeah, I just realized I haven't even eaten it yet. I'm just talking. Sophia, you wanna come up here? All right, time for a bite. Let's see if it comes off. So yeah, this is a crustacean, so it can be a little difficult. Sophia, you want to say hi to the camera?
Hi guys. It looks really good. It smells awesome.
So it's coming out, which tells me it should be cooked correctly. It's James. Dude, that's gonna be hilarious when if you actually did that, when that shows up. I will dedicate a live stream to you and that burner. Thank you, man. That's hilarious. Shoot me a DM though. I'd love to, yeah, just chat a little bit. Sophia's so pretty. This is our little sister, Sophia. Thank you for joining. We are going to try the lobster. So one for you. Get your fork.
Yes, please.
Here you go.
Thank you.
So,
Do you get a little bit of this with it too?
yeah, so the full bite. A little bit of this. You want some of that?
Yep.
Okay. A little bit of lemon.
Yeah.
Okay. Some of that soft puree situation. Cheers.
Wow.
That is amazing. What do you think?
That's probably the best bite I've had
Ever?
in
The best bite she's ever had, guys.
this week. This week. That is so good.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Yeah, the lobster is,
Wow.
it's not tough because we didn't cook it to too high of a temperature. So it's really tender still, right?
And that is just, it's so creamy compared to mashed potatoes.
Way creamier than yesterday too, right? So yesterday we made this puree and it was almost chalky. I think because we didn't cook it quite as much. But today, again, it's like literally 3 ingredients, but it's super, super creamy. It's a bit thick, but the actual consistency, it's almost like soft serve.
So good.
And it's so easy to make. I used to think it required like all these creams and like emulsions, but it's literally just cooking parsnips to the point where they're falling apart, or just super tender. Adding a little bit of yogurt. In this case, I just added non-fat, what is it? Greek yogurt, and a little bit of butter. And you literally just blend it together. And yeah, delicious. Max, what's your height? Can you guess? Well, people always want to know my height for some reason. How much do I pay for a video? It's a good question. Like, as I was saying, that the lobster probably cost, I think it was $40, like $39 for 5 tails. But then most of it's cheap, like lemon's cheap.
Parsnips $3.
Parsnips $3, asparagus $3. So just generally, if you're cooking for yourself at home, it's so much more cost effective. And it's easy to get into the habit of, like, if you're going to the office, spending 10, 15 bucks on a salad. I used to do it all the time, or a sandwich. And I think there's a time and a place for that, but you know, cooking at home doesn't have to be expensive. Oh, guys, one other little tip I wanted to show you guys. Look at the side here of this lobster. Oh, we got
Fork, not fort.
fork, not fort. Hey, thank you. Thank you so much for that thing. So guys, look at this little guy here. I pull this off. I'm not sure if it's gonna work because it wasn't fresh. Oh shoot. It's kind of falling apart. But yeah, it's not looking good, is it? So there's usually a piece of meat that comes off right there on the last tail. I think I did a video, a full video on that. But because they're not fresh lobsters, or like whole lobsters, it doesn't quite work. But yeah. Yeah, is it good or not? Yeah, no, we've been trying it. It's absolutely delicious. Look at the texture of the lobster. It's barely just cooked through. So of course it has that color. But we have the sear on this side. It's extremely tender. Sometimes, especially the tail, can be tough. Like the claws are always tender, the joints are always tender. The tail can be a bit tough. This one, for whatever, I mean, it's almost like falling apart. The fibers are so loose. You gonna send me some? I got you, Flint. Send me the address. Cook me some off-road. One of these days, I love to cook for people. I really love it. It's just, especially with COVID, it's so hard to do. By the way, I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat onions, garlic, and I use dietary. I'd love to make a video to fit your dietary restrictions. I just generally cook with meat on this channel. Sort of the problem, but we'll think about it. Let's see. So it's been 45 minutes. Yeah, I'm trying to limit these streams to about T19 football. You get your shout out. Can you do more live, please? Kind of missing Lisa here like she was yesterday. Yeah, Lisa was here yesterday for a few minutes. Definitely stole the show, unsurprisingly. But yeah, I plan on doing more lives like this pretty much every day. If you guys have ideas for just unique ingredients that you'd like to learn about, definitely send those over to me. KFC versus Max, please, that's a great idea. I'm thinking my next KFC versus Max. Max, I drew you. Please check your Instagram tags and please show it on live. You drew me. So do you want to check that out? Assuming it's appropriate, I'll show people. And then after that, we're going to finish. Brevis, what's good? Thank you very much. Hope you're having a great day, man. Dry aged tuna, we did. Thank you, Sub-Zero. Yeah, we're gonna do our best to monitor that. All right, we're gonna hop off here in a couple minutes, but do you see it on the tags side? I don't see it today, whoever that was that apparently drew me, which is pretty cool. But I'll show it tomorrow if you DM it to me. And yeah. Thank you, BG. Thank you, Mr. Can you speak Dutch? I actually can't. I don't know a lick of Dutch, even though my mom's half Dutch. Yeah, I kind of wish I found a way to learn it, but Nutella chicken wings. Oh man, now we're just talking crazy. Isn't my sister vegan? Based on her eating the lobster today, I guess she's moved on from that point in her life. Shrimp or lobster? I'd say lobster when possible. My favorite food, I really like ribs. I like steak. Lobster's great. Thank you, Charlie. Yeah, all right, guys. I think we're going to hop off. Thank you all so much for joining. We're probably going to do the same time tomorrow. Feel free to message me, give me some ideas, inspiration for different lives. Again, the idea is to choose a unique ingredient. In this case, it was our delicious lobster tails. Choose a unique ingredient, talk about it, cook it together, interact with you guys. And yeah, I think we did a pretty good job today. It tastes amazing. It's a super simple recipe too. So I hope you guys give it a shot. James. Oh my God, thank you. That's so James saw me struggling with this burner. And it's sort of a running joke that I just have this really crappy burner. But he went on Amazon and immediately sent a new one to my P.O. box, which he really didn't have to. But I really appreciate it. I think it's hilarious. When it comes, James, I will find a way for you to know. Let me. Can you screenshot his YouTube channel? Yeah, I'll either message you. I'll definitely be using it. But that's hilarious. You did not have to do that, but that. Yeah, thank you. Hi from Italy. Nice. Thank you. Looks like someone from Israel. Okay, guys. Anything else, Sophia, you can think of? All right, we're gonna eat the rest of these lobsters. We got a whole bunch of them. And yeah, thank you for joining. Do another collab with Nick. Yeah, one of these days, I'm sure we will. Okay, guys. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow, roughly same time. Let me know if this time works for you too. Oh, Nor, what's up, man? Hey, hope you're doing well. Let's talk soon. I was talking to Kyle. We're gonna get Discord going again. Ooh, oh wow, that was not cool. Just shot lemon into my eye. But yeah, let's talk later today, Nor. And thank you for that. I just shot lemon directly into my eye. That was stupid. Fantastic, bro. You get your shout Oh, what's up, Kai Guy? We got all the homies here. All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off. It always takes me like 10 minutes to say bye. I realize I've been saying I'm gonna hop off for literally a full 10 minutes. But thank you all for joining. Read your message, Sanjana. I got you from Romania. Interesting. Okay, thank you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. And yeah, hope you have a great day, and I hope you cook something awesome. All right, see ya.